Freddie, I wanted to, ask you in your efforts how you measure business outcomes from your platform and sort of the sort of KPIs that are considered important to your clients.
Um, I mean, that's a good question in a world of connected TV. So, like, the first thing to point out is that we are 100% connected TV heavy versus the broad umbrella of OTT. And the reason I kind of feel it's important to raise that out the gate is because there's still a huge smudging of the two. And because of that smudging and the semantics and definitions, there's actually also a smudging of what those KPIs should be. What does measurement mean in connected TV versus OTT? And as a connected TV only business, it's actually much, much harder for us. But nevertheless, KPIs still matter. So when it comes to the clients that we work with at a brand level, when running campaigns for them, we're kind of trying to offer a similar education for them without making it seem like they're having to relearn something when it comes to what measurement is and success is, because for a lot of them, their connected TV investments are fairly new, they're fairly nascent, and they need to see a return. But in an OTT world or any other kind of old-fashioned digital world, it's all about following the click, right, through to the store, through to the conversion. And in the lean back world of connected TV, that doesn't happen. So one of the things that we do is we survey the folks that we run our campaigns against and actually ask very specific questions that are designed to elicit responses that prove that we are delivering the campaign in a way that it is being recognized and noticed, get it the lift that is what we're particularly good at doing. And then we work with the brands to, while we are surveying those customers, to make sure what else do they want to know? How else can we track the success of their CTV spends? And surveying people is I mean, it's about as direct as it gets.
So, Freddie, tell us a little bit about, what KPIs are. I mean, there are so many different ones, and it varies by advertiser, I'm sure. In the CTV world that you operate and you create this native ad environment, which maybe we can talk about in a bit, but what are, give us sort of a range of KPIs that you find are expected and that you can close the loop on.
So you got the expected, and then you've got the what they should be looking for thing. So I'm pleased you asked that the way that you did. So unfortunately or fortunately, a lot of KPIs that are expected are KPIs that are guaranteed in connected TV. They just don't necessarily see it that way. That's completion and viewability and all these things that make sense in another world, but not in a 65-inch world where you're guaranteed 100% share of that screen. So we often with a campaign get KPIs that are expected, such as that. But then it becomes a case of what KPIs they be looking for in a connected TV environment. And one is an understanding lift should I say, an elevation in brand recall. And then also an elevation in intent. And then, of course, the conversion. So where we're able to survey folks through solutions such as LoopMe to find out whether we elevated the brand's existence within that home and the government to remember it, which is one of the KPIs that we encourage them to look for. There are other ways that are more trackable. The great thing about working in a digital world is you can actually track, for example, site traffic, depending on the households that you're running your particular campaign in. So if you're running in a series of geos, one type of ad, and another set of geos, another type of ad, where are you going to get the best lift in terms of site traffic? You can certainly aggregate your outcomes and look at answers such as that. And then you can apply additional solutions such as a Foursquare pixel, for example, that will allow you to actually attribute certain store visits to certain households as well. So fundamentally, brand recall, intent, education, and conversion.
And Freddie, of course, most advertisers want incremental reach. They want to reach new customers. They want incremental performance. How do you guys go about that? And sort of How do you measure that success?
in terms of reaching new customers. So actually, typically, this isn't entirely my wheelhouse, but typically in the sort of the discovery element of a new campaign, one of the things we'll do is establish what it is and who it is that particular brand wants to reach. And we'll actually bake that into the campaign's delivery itself. So for example, American Express may want to be reaching Amex cardholders, or they may actually not wanting to be reaching Amex cardholders, as an example. So for us, that wouldn't be so much a KPI as an actual expectation on the delivery of the campaign itself.
Tell us a little bit about your solution, at Origin, and what you provide to advertisers that's different in terms of their objectives of building their business. How do you guys do it?
Yeah, so I mean, it's really fundamentally, it's really simple. I've had a problem my whole life with ads just going back to back. For me, I think it doesn't necessarily work. And so what we're about at Origin is about turning a regular ad break into an experience, a contextually relevant native setting within which an advertiser can plant their brand. And we work with our little in-house content studio, where we're specialists at not making ads, but actually creating immersive content that is emotionally and mentally engaging. We actually forge a mental connection with a viewer directly ahead of a brand's ad that is designed to put them in effectively into the funnel, but really into a specific mental or emotional frame of mind ahead of an ad. And that's what we do. We help brands get noticed by effectively bringing the power of native into connected TV. And we run our solutions across and within the ad breaks of most of the major connected TV ad-supported streaming services. So we happen to have a pretty broad sort of reach as well across the nation. But that's what we do. We take an ad and we turn it into a full-on native environment and deliver it to the viewer.
Tell us about your clients. Are they the agencies? Are they brand advertisers? And, why do they turn to you?
So the bulk of our clients right now are agencies representing obviously brands. And so they turn to us because they are looking to explore connected TV. And they're looking to do it not only with people they trust, but with people who are innovating. So whilst I think there's a lot of catching up for agencies to do in the connected TV world as they transfer those dollars away from linear, they're still looking for innovation. And at Origin, we're unapologetically innovative insofar as everything that we produce, all of our native content, is actually changeable in almost real time. So if the world's sentiment changes on a dime, we can actually change that native messaging within which their ad is being held in real time as well. And that is why they're coming to us, because I think a lot of them are bored of the idea of just ads running back to back. Why should I be a brand that spends $250,000 or $500,000 in an ad and just have it running next to all these other ads in this little box? It just doesn't make sense. And so we're fortunate enough to have the attention of some material agencies and have been lucky enough to work with some very big brands over the last 6 or 9 months or so to prove that we can help get their brand discovered and cared about and loved and talked about inside the home, which is our goal.